Good afternoon, everybody. It is Mr. Cooper here with another update from our FS and Primary Principal vlog. It has been another fantastic week here at the Academy. Started with our brilliant Diwali celebrations. It was wonderful to see our students coming in brightly coloured clothing, traditional clothing, to really celebrate a key religious event within our community calendar, a really chance for our community to come together. Equally so, at the end of this week, we've also been celebrating, or we're kind of acknowledging the Odd Sock Day, a celebration of differences, but equally an opportunity to acknowledge those differences and start to those discussions about tolerance, working with people who are different from others, and equally how we work through our differences and looking at resolutions amongst that. So it's a really great day to both celebrate our differences, but also to trigger those conversations about how we work with people who have different opinions, have different viewpoints, and of course the key focus of anti-bullying as well. So a really busy week full of lots of learning opportunities, both within our lessons and also across our kind of community calendar that we work through each year, celebrating all these key events over the academic calendar. What I really wanted to speak to you today about is obviously our parents' evenings that are coming up early next week. A chance for you to book an appointment with your child's class teacher to meet them online and to really have a formal conversation about just how well your child or children are doing, what they've achieved so far, and what is going to be done now to really accelerate that learning forward, and how, of course, you can support your children at home too. As part of this communication, you will be shared your child's formal terming report, which will be a brief summary of exactly where your child sits in terms of curriculum standards, which is usually broken down into either working at curriculum standards, working towards curriculum standards, or working above curriculum standards. And that will be shared very clearly on those reports with you. So I just wanted to spend a minute to show you an example of these reports from FS and primary and how that links in our primary school to the Learning Ladders online portal, Ladders at Home, to reiterate how you can link that report and interpret that and look at what that exactly means looking at the Learning Ladders at Home. So I just wanted to spend a couple of minutes showing you an example of the reports that you will receive. So this is an FS report. You can see that the child's name here is at the top, followed by their class and class teacher. The first key piece of information is to highlight to you just the attendance of your child and how many lates they have. Now, it's really important that we keep the attendance percentage as high as possible, whilst also keeping the lates really low. And what we've done here is shared you how KHDA, when they come and visit us, rate us for our attendance, and shared that with you, as it's really important that all children are trying as much as possible to hit that 98%, as that's when they would deem our attendance percentage as outstanding. So we want to make sure that that 98% is hit for every single child. Obviously, we want to keep the number of lates as low as possible, as there's lots of research that focuses on the more children arrive late to school, the more challenging they find it to settle into lessons, particularly because those first few lessons are usually maths and English. And so we want to keep those lates really low, because if children come in rushing into school late, then it does take them much longer to settle into lessons, and they may miss some key information about literacy and mathematics. And of course, if that is happening regularly, then a child is regularly missing key information in English and mathematics, two very important subjects. And so you receive that information so that you're keeping track of just how well the children are attending school and if they're arriving on time. The key information really is then focused on the summary grades for your child. An end of year prediction focused on what we believe a child right now will achieve at the end of the year. These aren't fixed grades, and it's always important to note these can be changed through effort and hard work, but equally we want to share these so that you're informed of currently how well your child is performing. Okay, so for in FS, you'll have communication and language and all the other subjects down the side, and then your child's current predicted grade. So at the moment you can see in communication and language, this child is predicted to be working towards at the end of the year, so they're slightly below where we want them to be. However, for the other subjects, they're working at expected, which is brilliant. That's just what we want. And even better, this child is working above expected in expressive arts and designs. And your teachers made key recommendations for you as parents of how they are going to support your child, but equally how you can support your child at home as well. 4 key objectives linked to these subjects to really support you as parents on what you can do to enhance the learning both at home and in school. So I'm just going to now take you into the primary version of the reports, which are very similar, but there are a few little differences. So as I take you up to the attendance and punctuality, you'll see that you will again receive a percentage for attendance and the number of lates. And then again, you will see the core subjects and the summary grades. So you'll see reading is currently predicted at working towards. So that's something they need to focus on because they're not quite working at the expected standards yet. However, in writing and maths, they are. In science, they're working above curriculum standards. In Arabic and Islamic, they're working at curriculum standards. And again, UAE social studies, they're working above. Those are the core subjects. There is a little then table to describe to you just what that language means. So you can see that working towards sits here, working towards curriculum standards, and a little definition here of just what that means. Same for working at and same for working above. So this report is very simple and gives you really simple information about how your child is currently performing in their year group. However, in order to access the next steps, we now want you to go and look at Learning Ladders, as this is going to give you a real detailed breakdown of exactly what your child is doing very well at and what your teacher has identified as your child's next steps. So I'm now going to take you to Ladders at Home, our online portal, to show you how to do that. So when you go to the Ladders at Home website, it's important that you log in, and that will take you through to your connected children. So once you've logged into Ladders at Home, you will see that there are 3 tabs. The 2 key tabs for you to use right now is the Summary tab and the Goals tab. So just like the FS report, this is where it shares the next steps and targets for the child over the next coming weeks and months. So in the Summary tab, this is where key objectives are highlighted for your child to either continue to work on or ones that they've already achieved. So a tick will tell you what they've achieved, and the timer will show you what is still in progress. So you can see here that they've achieved this objective here, but they're still working on this key skill here. If you want to break that down into subjects, you can go into Goals and you can select all the core subjects. This is a demo, and so it only shows reading and mathematics, but you'll be able to see all the core subjects when this goes live next week. Once you've had a look at these objectives and you want to know a bit more, you can go into Articles and click on the relevant objective, and there is a detailed article on exactly all the information about this objective and how you can support your child at home. Equally, if you would prefer to access your child's report and details in a different language, if you click up to the top and press Translate and then click on the Countries tab here, you can select a language of your choice in order to access your child's report. And so I hope this vlog has been useful in sharing you just what to expect next week in terms of your child's termly reports, and hopefully you found this information really informative. If at any point you don't understand something or you don't quite know what something means, then please do let your class teacher know or one of the primary leadership members of the team, and we'll be more than happy to go through anything that you don't understand or you need a little bit more information on. We are here to help, and we're here to make sure that you are as informed as possible about your child's progress, as it's something that we really want to celebrate. Those reports will also be put on the GEMS Connect app for you to be able to access at any time while you are with us within GEMS, and you can download them and of course save them on your personal devices as well. I hope you have a pleasant weekend. We really look forward to engaging with you further next week during our parents' evenings. Stay safe, and I will speak to you again very, very soon. Take care.